So in this, we are going to continue our Nitin Singhania chapter 1. Today's topic is law of demand and law of supply. Now, what is law of demand? Law of demand simply says that if the price of any particular item increases, the demand will go down. Let's try to understand it using one practical example. Let's say you have to travel from Delhi to Patna. Now you have two options. One is a flight and one is a train. The moment the price of flight ticket increases significantly, what will happen? If flight price increased significantly, less people will purchase the ticket of flight. Instead of that, they would prefer train. Reason being, now flight ticket is out of their budget, so they cannot afford flight, and therefore the demand of flight should go down over a period of time. So in a very simple sense, if the price increases, the demand will be low. If price is low, demand will be high. For example, at point A1, if we draw a point A1, the price is quite high. That's why the demand or the quantity required is low. At point B1, the price is moderate. It is relatively lower than previous point, and therefore demand is higher. At point C, the price is lowest and therefore demand is highest. So the summary or the crux of this entire law of demand is that there is an inverse relationship between price and demand. That means if the price increases, the demand will go down. Now understand, this rule is not applicable in case of certain category of goods. For example, in case of Veblen goods, in case of Veblen goods and in case of Giffen goods. We will talk about these goods in next part, but as of now, just understand Veblen goods are status symbols. Status symbol basically means people purchase them as a status symbol. Now, status simply means to show it off in a very simple sense. So, if it is costly, then only it will act as a good status symbol. For example, iPhone. Given good are those goods which does not have close replacement. That means they are necessary. For example, in vegetable, onion is a kind of given good or potato is a kind of given good. So law of demand says that if price increases, people will have to reduce the quantity. Why? To maintain their budget, and therefore the demand will go down. Okay, that is law of demand. Now let's try to understand the elasticity of demand. Elasticity basically means the change in demand. Change in demand. If there is a change in price. So, inelastic demand basically means the demand will not change irrespective of the price. That means even if price increases, the demand will remain same. Inelastic basically means it does not change. Does not change. Elastic basically means which changes according to what? According to price. Okay, now there is one more term, zero price elasticity of demand. Zero price elasticity of demand. That means there is zero elasticity in the demand. Demand will not change. It does not matter how much is the increment in the price. So in case of necessary items, it may be possible that even if price is increasing, people will have to buy it. They don't have a choice. A very basic example is nowadays this internet recharge or your SIM recharge. Even if it is costly, we have to do it. That's a kind of mandatory because most of our work is associated to that. So Zero price elasticity basically means there is no change in demand, no change or zero change in demand even though price has increased. Okay. Then the last part of this is law of supply. Now, law of supply simply says if the price of any item will increase, companies will start producing it. Why? To maximize their profit, and therefore the supply will increase. Try to understand it this way. If the price of pen increases, that simply means there is a demand of pen, therefore price has increased. In order to take this opportunity, more and more companies will start producing pen, and therefore the supply will increase. Let me give you another example. During COVID, there was high demand of oxygen cylinders and ventilators, so the price increased. Now, because of that, more and more companies started producing those items, and therefore the supply also increased. So the law of supply simply says that with the increment in the price, the supply of the items will also increase. What was the law of demand? Law of demand simply says that if price will be high, the demand will be low. So this was law of demand. This was demand curve, and this is supply curve. So as per law of supply, what is the relationship? Price will be price will be directly proportional to supply. Now understand the entire chain of event. If price is high, less customers will buy it. Demand will go down. On the other hand, if more and more customers will buy it, price will increase. To take that opportunity, companies will produce more, so supply will also increase. In one word, law of supply says that the supply will increase if the price of any particular item increases, because that is a profit opportunity for the businesses. So that's all for this topic. Thank you.